Guys, I'm so stressed about this French Revolution test next week.
Yeah, me too. Did you say next week? The test is tomorrow.
Are you serious?
I don't know anything.
I feel like I haven't learned anything.
The only two names I know is Robespierre and that guy in the bathtub. I thought I remember his name, and I forget now that I mentioned it.
Marat.
That was his name. All right.
He's not even important. Like,
Are you sure? There's gonna be a lot of questions.
how many questions are you know?
There's 100 questions, so everything's gonna be on there.
All right, I'm gonna fail. I already know.
I know. I
You
don't
know-
know anything. We're gonna have to study so much.
I've always wondered though, what would it have been like during the French Revolution?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Sai, there's a guard on the right there. I need you to take him out.
All right.
I'll grab the gunpowder.
All right.
Ready? All right, let's go.
The Bastille was a prison on the east side of Paris that was a symbol of the monarchy. July 14, 1789 marked the beginning of the French Revolution when an angry mob demanded for guns and ammunition that was stored in the prison to be given to them. The revolutionaries valued gunpowder especially because they needed it for their weapons. When the officials of the prison refused, the mob stormed the prison, and although the guards of the prison had access to many weapons and ammunition, they were greatly outnumbered by the mob. There was an in-between moment of fighting where the prison officials invited two representatives of the mob in to negotiate. This did not last long though, and the people soon attacked again and overthrew the Bastille. Governor Bernard René Launay, the governor who ran the prison and denied the mob of their gunpowder, was captured. He pleaded for his life, but was given no mercy and was handed over to the mob, where he was beaten viciously and soon stabbed to death after begging to die. His head was cut off and put on a spike and then paraded around, a gruesome symbol of a peasant victory. 98 attackers and 1 defender died in the actual fighting.
If they find us here, we're dead men. Yeah. This isn't the republic that I dreamed of.
That Robespierre is a tyrant.
Cheers.
Wait. Did you hear something?
Who goes there?
Guess it was nothing.
All right, let's keep going.
Say, we gotta go! No! Saeed! Saeed! Saeed!
The Reign of Terror impacted France by creating an economic decline that arose from the unstable political atmosphere. Inflation, unemployment, famine, and starvation reached their highest levels and led to massive loss of lives in France. It's estimated that about 17,000 people were guillotined. The social economic destructions caused by the Reign of Terror paved the way for the rise of a Directory government in France and destroyed political parties that were formed under men like Robespierre. In 1789, an angry mob of women armed with pitchforks and muskets marched in the rain from Paris to Versailles in what was to be the pivotal moment in the French Revolution. By the time the women reached Versailles, their rage was focused on Marie Antoinette because she was spending loads of money on jewelry and parties, while the people were starving. The Women's March brought an end to the great monarchy of Versailles and demanded the royal family to move to Paris. The march transformed the role of women in the revolution and what political gains they could expect for themselves.
To understand what caused the French Revolution, we have to understand what France was like before it started. Before the French Revolution, France was a monarchy ruled by the king. The French people were divided into three social classes called estates. The first estate was the clergy, the second estate was the nobles, and the third estate was the commoners, which included most of the population of France. There wasn't one event or condition that led to the French Revolution, but rather a number of factors that came together to cause a revolt of the people of France against the king. In 1789, the French government was in debt. It had borrowed money to fight Great Britain in the 7 Years' War and to help the Americans in the Revolutionary War. The king was forced to raise taxes, but the commoners had to pay most of these taxes. The nobles and the clergy, although wealthier, were mostly exempt from paying the taxes. These higher taxes angered the common people. France was experiencing a famine at the time, and the price of bread skyrocketed. The common people mostly relied on bread to survive, so they starved. For hundreds of years, the people of France blindly followed the king. The Age of Enlightenment presented new ideas such as liberty and equality. Also, the American Revolution represented a new type of government where the people ruled rather than the king.
The impact of the French Revolution on the religion, society, and government of France was immeasurable. The nobility was stripped of its status, and the Catholic Church lost much of its influence in France. Liberty, equality, and fraternity became the ideals of French society. The revolution ended feudalism, promoted meritocracy, abolished privileges associated with birth, and promoted equality. Although the French Republic quickly collapsed, Napoleon's empire established equality across classes in French society. The impact of the revolution reverberated across the world.